Alright, welcome back to X4, Tides of Avarice. This is Old Man Gib, and hey, I thought before we finalize and decide what path we're going to take, I would show you a little bit about how I've got my settings set up. So we'll go in here to graphics settings. I have no anti-aliasing, upscaling. Now I go to borderless window. That allows the game to run in the background. So like I can alt-tab, and the game's still running. I can hit the map. Well, if I was in the game, I can hit the map and move off the screen, and the game's still running. In X3, Terran Conflict, there was actually a selection. You could click it and for the game to run minimized or run in the background. X4 does not have that, but so you go to borderless window, and it will allow the game to run in the background while you do other things if you've got a lot of stuff going on. Color correction, I like experimental. Like you can go to off, photo, desaturated, strongly desaturated, or experimental. So, photo is nice. I can leave it there, I guess. That takes some of the brightness out of it. Gamma, I just leave it at default, which is 100. Graphics quality is ultra. Texture is high. Shadows high. Soft shadows on. High. So you can see how all of that is. Video capture expert is on. Sound settings, I've got it pretty generic. I'm going to turn the music up to 50. Voice is at 85. Ambient volume 71. Effects 64. This game gets loud if you're not careful. Game settings, these are pretty much up to you how you want to do things. I've got autosave on. It saves every 40 to 80 minutes. I'm actually going to go to 80 to 160. Emergency eject on if there's time. I've never had time to emergency eject. Auto roll off. Collision avoidance on. Boost toggle off. Aim assist on. Maintain speed in menus on. And then we got subtitles. Yeah, I leave all that stuff on. Toggle mouse off because my mouse flies. Rumble intensity, you would definitely want to turn this down. That joker gets real loud. Tooltips off. Display separate panel. UI scale, I leave it at default. So, yeah, all that I leave default. Accessibility, I am signal leak indicator and range. I'll just leave those at default. Now your controls, I turn adaptive steering off. I don't like how it flips you around upside down and goes stupid crazy. So I make sure I turn all that off. And then you've got your privacy settings. See, send crash reports, personalize, no, privacy, yada, yada, yada. And then restore all the settings to defaults. So that's that. Now, and then extensions is the mods I have. Up here is the 3 DLC, Cradle of Humanity, Split Vendetta, Tides of Avarice. And then down here I've got all my mods. Auto Trader, the cheat menu, so when I can't get out of somewhere I can use it to jump. It's the only thing I use it for. Making money in this game is too stupid easy, so there's no reason to use it for that or anything. Crystal cooldown remover. What that does is when you're mining crystals, let's say you go mine a green crystal, for like an hour and a half after that, every crystal you find will be that worthless piece of junk purple crystal. It's the stupidest thing in the friggin' game that you can think of. And so what this does is it removes that. Crystal Finder, what it does is, you've seen it in my other ones, my other playthroughs, how the crystals, they're real bright. It's because I have bad eyes, and I can't, default, it's just this little bitty tiny white twinkle, like a star twinkling out there, and it's real, I can't see it. So I use the Crystal Finder. That allows me to be able to see where the crystals are at. Early SATA. This allows me to get the SATA device early. The only thing I actually use the SATA for is when I'm building a station or something to speed it up. Abandoned Ship Explorer. This allows me to take like a little tiny ship and give it some nav beacons and tell him go fly around the universe and find abandoned ships. And you'll go find all these abandoned ships. And at the very beginning, you've got like 6 or 7 that are in the game by default. But as your game progresses, you'll find abandoned ships where the AI have been fighting each other, and one of the pilots bailed out and left a ship there. So it's kind of cool. More asteroids is kind of like a no-brainer, because after a while, the sectors, you start running out of resources. Rare mod parts sold. It allows you to buy them at the ship trader instead of having to, wait forever and try and find some in the game, because some of them are damn near impossible to get. So, sector satellites is just that. It sends you can send a dude around to drop satellites all over a sector. Cell SATA. Now this one comes in handy because, like, you get into some big fights and you're just tractoring everything up. You won't know it, but you'll accidentally tractor up a SATA. They're worth like 1.9 million, and you'll have 4 or 5 in your inventory, and you can't sell the damn things. It's stupid. So this allows you to sell off the SATA. Then I've got player logos and X Universism. What this does, it is like 15 additional sectors. So those are the mods. Went through the settings. Yeah. All right. So that is how I have everything set up for my X4 gameplay. Now I'm going to end this video, and I am going to start a new game. As you can see, I have no loaded games, no saved games or anything. I took everything out. Now, one thing you need to know is if you use mods in your game, it gives you a modified tag. The only thing that does is, when they had it, I forget what they called it. They had a deal where you could send a ship and it would go out into another player's game if they were in online mode and look for stuff, and then it would come back sometimes. Now other players, they would either hunt them down and blow them up or board them and take them, whatever. But it wasn't something I was real interested in, so it never affected me. But the modified here, if they ever get that stuff back in the game with a modified tag, your game is in offline gameplay only, and you will not be able to take part in any of that online stuff. So that's just something you need to be aware of if they ever bring that back into the game. So, all right, now with that, we are going to start with probably going to go Stranded, because it puts you in the kid fighter right off the bat. You have 0 credits. We're going to go with an Oregon male. I'm not playing it female. And the cool thing about it is once you get to the big ship, you can opt out of helping these folks and go do your own thing. And that's probably what I'll do, because then I'm in an actual ship that I can do stuff in. That's maneuverable and all that. Now, if we do this one, it takes a lot longer to do anything, but the only thing about the Raleigh freighter is you got a little bit of room to haul some cargo if that's what you want to do. So we're going to do the Stranded, and yeah, so anyhow, This is Old Man Gib. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And I hope that going through the settings kind of helped you out. And yeah, so y'all have a wonderful night. This is Old Man Gib, and I will see you in the next one.